If you see someone crossing the road like this, you're either in Mandia or. And somehow I ended up in the second one, where I spent a whole day on a cycle for 99 rupees and almost died doing it on a lottery and bought a boat and even got on a ride worth 7 crores. All of this just to get around. So I went everywhere I could with just.
This is my balance.
In 28 years of my life, this is only the third time I'm getting on a train, and today's one is different. Vande Bharat, 160 kmph, basically a Duke 390 on rails. And there is only one way to test that. For this trip, I'm taking two kids to Kochi on the summer vacation. They look like kids. I promise they're not. This is Nandini. She works at JP Morgan, lives at JP Morgan, sleeps at JP Morgan. Basically, she is JP Morgan. And JP Morgan, if you're watching this, please give her a raise. This is Simran, influencer, dancer, coach. I'll let her explain that.
So I'm an Instagram influencer, around 1 million followers on my Instagram. Thank you.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long trip. At this point, sleep is just optional. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, night night.
തിരുപ്പൂർ സ്റ്റേഷനിൽ നിന്ന് കയറിയ എല്ലാ യാത്രക്കാരെയും ഇന്ത്യൻ റെയിൽവേ സ്വാഗതം
Slept
ചെയ്യുന്നു.
pretty well. Can't complain. Which is great because I'm not sleeping for another 2 days. But not sure what woke me up. Could be him, pretending it's not, or the sun. Yeah, it's the sun. You know that feeling when you wake up and you don't want to move? But I'm not missing this. There has to be a better view. Probably near the door, which also happens to be next to the bathroom. Even with all the traffic near the washroom, this was worth it. Also, I have a side quest for this trip. This frame's been empty for over a year now. Supposed to have my car delivery photo. Showroom said they'll click it, print it, frame it. They gave me the frame, just not the photo. So yeah, I got a car and an empty frame, and this trip I'm fixing that. I just need one photo that goes in this, and after every trip, I replace it. So somewhere in this trip there is a photo I'm taking home. So let's start looking for it with a train tour. First thing you see between the compartments, the washrooms. The western one, clearly the favorite. There's a big mirror, there's a board rod. Remember, you need to hold two things in a moving train. There's actually soap, a working tap, and even a hand dryer. Didn't expect that. Trains feel like a long bridge connecting two places. And if you move fast enough, every compartment has the same view. I think that was too much. Y'all, I can't explain how good these views are. Music in, window view. This feels like I'm in a movie. I think this might be my favorite part of the trip. I'm really excited for this leg of the. Anyway, I think something in the food knocked all of us out. The rest of the journey was mostly this some bullying. They blocked me, then they offered peace. We decided the window seat, and I clearly lost. Checked the speed just to see if it lives up to the hype. Crossed a few stations and did some stretches too. And finally, we reached what the British called Mini England, the Dutch called Homely Holland, the Portuguese called Little Lisbon. Welcome to Kochi. Aesthetically pleasing cutleries. That's what got me. Not the room, not the view, not the space even. Mebin thinks it's the cutleries. So I started reading all the reviews. I mean, there are only three, and somehow each one has something to be excited about and slightly worried about. But hey, Midun thinks this is a great start for Asman. This is Asman. Asman is our super host for the next 3 days. Asman clearly knows who's winning the World Championship this year. He has 5-star rating, 2 months into hosting. He's a student. You've always wanted to go to Amsterdam? Anyway, I don't know if I should be excited or slightly concerned because Mebin didn't just talk about the. He also said, that's not what you want to read. So I really hope I prove Mebin wrong about the bathroom.
Enter through the main gate, go straight, then take a right towards the new building. Park near the fountain or badminton court.
We followed the directions from the listing, and it got us here. Exactly. Just like Mohammed said, exactly as described. First thing first, aesthetically pleasing cutleries. And my bin, since I can't show smell, this is me doing the smell test.
A smart TV is provided with all your favorite shows. Spices, tea, coffee, and sugar are provided.
A big couch, a big bed,
A big fridge.
a refrigerator,
As of previous. No, we bought.
lot of views, and an air fryer. There's something about sunsets. They don't ask you to stay, but you still do. I read somewhere if you see a beautiful sunset on the last day of your trip, it's the place saying thank you for visiting. So I think this is a welcome. 1 minute I'm looking at the sea, next minute I'm on it, in a car, on a ferry. I completely forgot I was logging. Yeah, that's day one. Not a bad start. After 3 hours of kayaking, we needed something quick, and nothing's quicker than. The Maggie was good, but the sleep was exceptional. To the beach. Just kidding. It's fine. It's built for this. Small, light, and clearly takes a fall. And honestly, that wasn't part of the test. But it passed. Okay, I think I hear the waves. Gotta go. And DJI, if you're watching this, we should talk. Sunsets here never disappoint. How about sunset with a mojito? There's something about these sunsets. They slow everything down. Except us buying lottery every time we're in Kerala. Yeah, this isn't happening. That's way too long. I could literally walk to Fort Kochi right now. Wait, I think I have a better idea. Remember these tickets from last night? Turns out we actually got lucky. Wait for it.
Hmm.
I think it's finally time to use the lottery.
Okay, where is it from? And the engine is from Japan. Okay. Yeah, your name? Yeah, please do contact us. Thank you.
I don't know much about modern art, but I don't think anything beats this. And I wasn't leaving an art exhibition without doing this transition. I can say only one thing seeing this. There's no better art than this, and no better artist than nature. Out of everything, this is the one I was excited for. We got on cycles and went around Fort Kochi, and honestly, it was fun. And yeah, it definitely lives up to the hype. 3 hours in the seat. I think that says enough. After the lunch with billionaires, it was time for the Beach Road Beach. And no, I'm not making this up. It's literally called Beach Road Beach. Here's the proof. At this point, catching sunsets had become a routine. But this one felt a little different. This felt like a thank you for visiting one. Sunsets do feel better on the last day. Looking out this window, it feels like every way we move is just a different version of us. Versus our childhood, windows wide open, eyes wider. Everything is new, the faces, the streets, just soaking it all in. Autos are the teenage chaos, unpredictable, loud, and a little messy, but easily the most fun we had without a map. Then the trains take over, that long stretch between studying and starting work. You aren't driving, you're just on the tracks, moving forward. Cars are when finally life settles. You're in the driver's seat now. You've got the control, the confidence, and the means to choose your own lane. Speedboats are those rare, high-speed flashes of joy that never last long enough. And ferries? Those are the quiet, unexpected nights that stay with you forever. Cycles are the freedom that we look for at the end of life. Simple, light, less about the cost, more about the experience. And then there is this, something different. It's like finding a partner. It doesn't always work out on the first try. Sometimes you miss the timing, but you don't give up on them. You just wait for the next one, together. So I guess it's not really about where we are going. It's just how we get there. Because in the end, it's the journey we remember. So, did we make it? Not really. And maybe that's okay. We never bought the boat, and we never boarded that plane either. But somewhere between all of that, the challenge stopped mattering. Because in the end, it was never really about the boat, or the flight, or completing every part of the challenge. It was the time in between.
8
Kind of like those lottery tickets. You don't always win big, but sometimes what you get is enough. And maybe coming back the same way we started, felt right. Because the plane would have stolen that one thing we actually needed: time. Time to sit still and finally feel the weight of these 4 days. Because some journeys aren't measured by how far you went, but by how much of yourself you leave behind along the way. Maybe some journeys aren't meant to be completed perfectly, just completely. And maybe that's the beautiful thing about journeys. You come back home, just not as the same person who left.